What's going on, y'all? My name is Trey Divorce. This is the Infinity World Morning Show. Hope everybody doing good. I hope everybody's waking up feeling blessed and feeling highly, highly favored. I'm doing good. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm at my overnight job. And I ain't have nothing else to do. I'm bored. I have my equipment. So I decided to come on here with y'all. So I hope everybody's doing good and doing great. We gonna get into it. This is gonna be a very, 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 very great show. Earlier today, I was just on YouTube, looking up stuff to see what I could react to. You feel me? And then first I seen this thing called The Light. We gonna get into that next podcast because that's wild. But then I ran into something called uh hoodoo. I never heard of hoodoo. I never heard of hoodoo. For matter of fact, I did heard of hoodoo. Couple of months ago. A couple of months ago, I was talking to this girl, right? And I asked her what she did, and she told me she does hoodoo. Now, when she told me she did hoodoo, she explained it in a way like a herbalist, like, oh, she a herbalist. But then when I really looked into it, now I'm looking into it now. Yo, these people do spells. These people are actually witches, and that brings me to this point. You feel me? Because a lot of men from like out west where I'm from, you feel me? We always say things like, man, we need a southern girl. Southern girls treat niggas the best. Southern girls know how to cook. Southern girls do this, Southern girls that. We talk about Southern girls like they the best thing since sliced bread. But it's not till you get out here and you find out when you get you a Southern girl, your Southern girl may be a witch. Your Southern girl may be practicing hoodoo or voodoo, my nigga. Your Southern girl is a witch, my nigga. Your Southern girl does spells, my nigga. They do spells. They do, and then all my family is from Alabama or Texas or something like that. All my family from the South, you feel me? But I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. And so when I used to hear like the older people, the OGs, you feel me, used to say like, "Yo, don't eat that girl spaghetti. Don't you eat that girl spaghetti?" Da da da. I did. It went one ear and out the other. But until I got out here and realized that is a witch's spell that they talking about. That's a spell that they put in this food. And I always wonder why I don't eat at everybody's house. I don't eat at everybody's house. But if you run into somebody who does hoodoo, a woman, a black woman at that, that does hoodoo, because a lot of black women out here do hoodoo and voodoo. A lot of them do. A lot of them are witches out here. A lot of them. A lot of them. A lot of them believe in that witchcraft. A lot of them. And I watched a little bit of the video and she get into it. A lot of them are witches and don't even know it. And don't even know it. Doing witchcraft and don't even know it. Now I'm starting to think it's common out here. I'm starting. I'm thinking what? Nigga, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, nigga. You got me. So, let me so I wanted to know what is hoodoo, and I heard of voodoo before, but I want to know what is hoodoo and what's the difference between hoodoo and voodoo. You feel me? And is voodoo witchcraft too? Cause black people. I heard black people say, "Man, voodoo is not witchcraft. That's something white people made up. Like that's our spirituality, whatever." You feel me? I've only heard white people call voodoo witchcraft, but when I looked up hoodoo, oh no, niggas was calling this witchcraft. Yo, niggas wouldn't even defend. Yo, niggas was saying this is witchcraft. They do spells. Like, hold up. So, as I was doing my research, right? I was doing my research, and then I looked up hoodoo. I looked up hoodoo versus voodoo, and then this it brought me to Reddit. Shout out to Reddit. It brought me to Reddit, the subgroup witchcraft, and somebody asked, "What is the difference between hoodoo and voodoo?" I looked up. I looked at various spells, I looked at various spell websites, and some said it's hoodoo spells. I'm trying to tell y'all, a lot of people are doing witchcraft hoodoo spells, bro. A lot of black people, a lot of black women in the South, because it started in the South and they still practice it to this day. If you come out here, you're more than likely to meet a woman that practices hoodoo in some type or voodoo in some type of way. You feel me? So, anyways, uh, and this person is looking to do spells. But what is hoodoo, and what is the difference? And what is the difference to voodoo? So then we go down to the comments. Then somebody a broom rider. Yo, this is crazy. Y'all see this broom rider, bruh? This is crazy. When I tell y'all this witchcraft stuff is real, the scriptures, the when the scriptures really say talk about witchcraft, it's not playing no games. There was people out there really doing witchcraft back then, and the Most High God do not mess with it. The Most High God does not mess with any type of sorcery, witchcraft, none of that. You feel me? But we're gonna read what Broom Rider say. Voodoo, right? Voodoo, what we know as voodoo, is actually a shorthand for Louisiana voodoo. It's a religion that incorporates hoodoo into its practice. Hoodoo is spirituality and is similar to witchcraft in that it's a system. I'll tell y'all though, let me tell y'all something. Even when Justin, my cousin Justin, he brought a girl over to the crib. I told her she started talking about like she know Justin's future. She could see into the future. She could do cars. She could read hands. She could do all that extra stuff. I told that bro. I told Cuzzo, that's a witch. I told Cuzzo, that's a witch, bro. He practiced witchcraft. I told her, bro, that's a witch. And then like as we was all chilling, I just got this energy. This my body just I just got this energy around me, and it's telling me like, yo, something's not right with this girl. Something's not right. Just something is not right. Anyway, let's get to it. But it goes deeper. Yo, but she be doing the tarot cards and stuff. Yeah, she be doing the tarot cards and stuff. But it goes deeper because it has its own spirit. Hoodoo has its own spirits and is a basis for a lot of derivative paths. Hoodoo differs based on the location. It's based on location. It too is also a religion, but it has a big difference versus Louisiana voodoo and Haitian voodoo. For example, Christianity is the main religion, Catholicism, Protestantism, Eastern Orthodox are subsets. Hoodoo are subsets. Hoodoo operates similarly to this. Hoodoo is the main thing, then Louisiana voodoo and Haitian voodoo, etc. So that's the difference between hoodoo and voodoo. Voodoo is a whole system. Voodoo got a whole religion. Voodoo is basically a religion, and hoodoo just a spirituality system, like witchcraft. Oh, that's crazy. But let's get to it, cause I want to get to what she says.
Hoodoo and voodoo are
A
both
little bit better up. I think the sound is off, y'all. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let me see if it works now.
African American spiritual practices.
I'm gonna start all over. All right, so hoodoo started from us. Hoodoo started from us, actually African Americans. That started. We started it, right? So we're gonna see what she's talking about.
Hoodoo and voodoo are both African American spiritual practices, but they have some key differences. Hoodoo is more focused on the natural environment, while voodoo is a religion with a strong emphasis on connection with the spirit world. Hoodoo, also known as root work, involves the use of herbs, roots, and other natural objects for
That's where a lot of these hoodoo women try to get you. They try to trick you. They just talking about they just a herbal naturalist, but really they be doing spells. Really they be doing spells. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
for spiritual and medicinal purposes and is often used for protection, luck, and love spells.
I told y'all they be doing spells. Y'all better listen to y'all grandma and all of them. All of our OGs came from the south. Y'all better listen to. They know. They know. They know what be going on. They know what be going on. That's what I'm saying. All of us men that come from the West Coast, you feel me? We be looking, talking like we want a good down south woman. Down south woman be doing. Bro, a lot of these black women out here be witches, bruh. Not, I mean, not a lot of them, but you gonna run into, if you really out here, you talking to women like that, you gonna run into some witches. You gonna run into some witches, bro. And if you run into a crazy one, you feel me, that really fuck with you, that really like you, and don't, nigga, if she offer you some food, nigga, it's over. You ain't going nowhere. Yo, you ain't going nowhere, nigga. It's over. It's a wrap, nigga. She got you, nigga. Hey, she offer you some tea, it's over. Nigga, she offer you, nigga, I'm not even, yo, even if I smoke some weed, nigga, I'm not, what? She probably put something in, bro. Don't even take the blunt from her. Don't take nothing from that girl. If she say she do hoodoo, nigga, don't take nothing from her, nigga. Nothing, bro. No tea, no food, no drink. You go get your own food. You go get your own drink. Make your own drink. For real.
Hoodoo also incorporates Christian elements and is often practiced alongside Christianity. Voodoo is a religion that originated in present day Benin and Togo, but evolved into the practice closely associated with Haiti by way of the transatlantic slave trade. It involves the worship of spirits called Loa, and practitioners use ritual objects to communicate with these spirits. Voodoo has a hierarchical priesthood, litany, prayers, and rituals much like other organized religions.
So that's the difference between hoodoo and voodoo. So now we gonna get to my favorite website. Shout out to University of YouTube. Shout out to University of YouTube. Now, in the beginning, she talked about this video on TikTok. I just really just skipped over, but yeah, that I really just skipped over. But I'm gonna start. I think it's the 7 minute mark. I think where she really start getting into the stories and stuff like that. I think this one from Mississippi. Shout out to Anointed Fire. You feel me? She brought some good information. I did not watch this whole video, so I don't know what else she talking about this video. But we gonna get to it. It's an hour. I'm at work. I ain't got nothing else to do. We here. We lit. We out here. Let's get it.
Like, and I tried to explain it to him, but you know what? Joke about wanting some, and I was like, boy, you don't eat that kind of stuff from a person you don't know. And he was like, what are you talking about? So it's something I learned when I was. I don't think it was spaghetti. I think it was there's this chicken I cook in spaghetti sauce, or it's homemade spaghetti sauce. It's something I learned when I was married to an African guy, what have you. But I cooked that, and what have you, had it over rice or what have you, and it makes a gravy type. So I was sitting there eating, and he made a joke about wanting some, and I was like, boy, you don't eat that kind of stuff from a person you don't know. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I said, you don't eat anything red from a female when you don't know her. Thank you, Sister Tracy. God bless you. And he looked at me like, and he was like, and I tried to explain it to him, but you know what? I felt really weird trying to explain that, because how do you tell people, how do you explain to people that you can't eat, or what people do to food? And I tried to explain to him, like, I'm from Mississippi. And so coming from Mississippi, I don't eat at everybody's house. Matter of fact, I have to know you to eat at your house. As a matter of fact, I don't even.
I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't from Mississippi. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I've been like that my whole life. I don't eat at everybody's house. I don't care if you a relative, you feel me? I don't care if you the homegirl, nigga. I don't care, bro. I don't eat at everybody's house. Matter of fact, I only ate at somebody's house one time. and that was my I ate some spaghetti, and that was the most driest. That was my sister's friend. My sister's friend made some spaghetti, and that was the most driest spaghetti I ever had in my life. And I never ate nobody else's spaghetti in my life. But yeah, bro, I'm with her on that. I went on that, but I told her grandma's been, you feel me? The OG's always been.
Cook for people that I don't know because it's like an unspoken rule. It's like an unspoken rule. I have to really know you to feel comfortable enough. Thank you, Sister Octavia. God bless you. To feel comfortable enough to not only cook for you, and if I do cook for you, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to wait till you get here to start cooking or what have you. But I was surprised to find out, looking at that video, looking at the comment section, people were like, spill the beans. What are you talking about? So let me go ahead and explain it to you. And I actually pulled up a website. I'm not going to share the website link, and I'm not going to read verbatim from the website because I don't want to have to give credit to them. The reason is because it's a witch's website. I pulled that up to to kind of see um, other stuff that people have done as it relates to food or what have you. And I came across this website, and it's a witch, it was a warlock, I think, that was giving instructions on how to cast love spells using bodily fluids. You heard it here first.
I'm trying to tell you. And oh yeah, you women out there, y'all gotta watch out for the warlocks. Y'all gotta watch out for the niggas who be doing the witchcraft too, bro. Y'all gotta watch out for them too. But I'm trying to tell y'all don't eat at everybody's house. Don't eat at everybody's house.
Or second for that 184th time.
If you move to the south and you find you a little bad one, do not eat at her house on the first night. If she's talking about, yeah, come over here and cook. Nah, you come over to my house and I'll cook. You feel me? I don't care how bad you is, cause I'm trying to tell y'all, they is practicing witchcraft out here on a high level. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Time. One of the rules, and we're going to get into the thing about obsession. One of the rules in the South is, or in Mississippi, is you don't eat spaghetti that somebody cooked. You are 3 shades of sick and crazy if you work at a job and you steal people's food from the refrigerator. That's just nasty. You don't eat from people's house unless you know them, but you don't eat spaghetti and you don't eat lasagna because, and I want you to hear me on this. I need you to hear me on this because I can guarantee you there's somebody on here right now or somebody that's going to watch the replay who's going to be like this because they're brokenhearted, trying to figure out how to hold on to some guy. And they're going to want to take these instructions, and I'm going to give you a warning. Listen to this video in its entirety, which is why I'm not going to read that website. I'm very mindful of what I say on tonight because I don't want you to go do something crazy that will potentially cost you your life. But I do want to make sure that you guys are aware of it because, again, I'm surprised that people don't know. I'm surprised.
I'm really surprised people don't know. I always thought like that was just like a black thing. Like I always thought like that was like all black people knew about the spaghetti. You feel me? But I didn't know how deep it went into like it's actually like witchcraft and spells and stuff. Like I never put two and two together like that. So it's just crazy. But I'm surprised people didn't know. I'm surprised like her don't nobody know nothing about it. And please, if you watching this, please don't go out and try to do. I think she about to say what the website, the witch website is saying. Please don't go out and try to do this little spell she about to say or whatever. Please don't. I'm only showing this video to show y'all that there are actual witches and warlocks out there, and y'all gotta be careful. I ran into not a lot, but a couple of witches out there, and it's not a good feeling to run into them. So I'm just playing this video, react to this video, so y'all would know, and so y'all can see and be vigilant on who y'all talking to, and really wonder if they are a witch or not, and see how they act and stuff like that. Cause your girl may be a witch, you feel me? Your nigga may be a warlock, you feel me? Your girl right now probably doing a whole spell on you, you feel me? Matter of fact, I got a story. Uh, senior year, senior year, I got a girl, right? And every time I went over there, she cooked chicken and spaghetti. I ain't gonna say her name, but every time I went over there, she cooked chicken and spaghetti. And when I tell y'all, I was hooked on this woman. Like I was literally hooked on her. Some days I'm like, yo, why the fuck do I like her so much? Some days I used to think that in my head, like, why the fuck do I like her so much, bro? But I was hooked. And every time I went over there, nigga, she made spaghetti and chicken. And sometimes we ate it together. Sometimes we ate this fried chicken and spaghetti together. Like a whole meal. Like it was a whole meal. But her people was from Mississippi. Her mom and dad was from Mississippi. And when I tell y'all, bro, I was hooked to the point when we broke up, nigga. I was lost. I was really lost and hurt. I was, bruh. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't know if it's spaghetti or not, but every time I went over there, nigga, she was cooking spaghetti.
So, you guys know I like interaction. By a show of hands, how many of you never knew that witches use bodily fluids to cast love spells? By a show of hands, how many of you never heard about the menstrual blood thing? By just show of hands, be honest, it's okay. I found a lot of people in the north didn't know that. That's why I'm surprised because again, I'm from the South. I'm from Mississippi. We were taught that growing up. Awesome, awesome. So I like to make sure, I like to make sure that I'm educating you guys. We were taught that growing up. So if somebody, coworker or friend, somebody you're dating or anybody offers you food, you don't take it, especially if it's dark. Especially if it's dark. If it's spaghetti, you don't eat it. The only time you eat spaghetti from a person's house, and you have to know that person, have history with that person, know that person is not in love with you, not engaged in any type of witchcraft. You gotta feel safe around that person. I literally will not cook spaghetti for you unless I've known you for a while. And if you
Spaghetti and lasagna is life or death, nigga. Nigga, you see your girl making spaghetti, nigga, you better nigga, you better really know her. Yo, it's life or death, nigga, when it comes to that spaghetti and lasagna, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all.
you insist, because I've had people to say to me, Tiffany, we go to talking about spaghetti, and I'm like, oh, that's one of my specialties. I'm really good at cooking spaghetti because I cook the tomato sauce from scratch. I cook it from the tomato. And I've had people to say, oh, I want to taste your spaghetti, or what have you. I won't cook it for them unless they come here. They have to be in the kitchen with me, and I'm showing them how to cook it because that's just Southern. That's how I'm wired as a Southerner, is because, you know, even though I know I've never practiced no mess like that, and I think that's just downright nasty. At the same time, because I know people do that, I just feel the need to have that person standing right there in the kitchen, watching me cut that tomato, throw it in the blender, blend it up, or what have you. So let me tell you how this works. What people do in the South, they believe, this is in New Orleans, or this is in Louisiana, this is in Mississippi, this is in Texas, Arkansas, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, a lot of the southern states. They believe that if you want a person to fall in love with you, to become obsessed with you, to put menstrual fluid in that person's food. They put menstrual fluid in that person's food. Downright nasty. I've never personally known anybody that's done that, but I've heard that over the course of my life. And so, Kentucky and North Carolina, right? But I've heard it over the course of my life. And so, when I go to people's house, if they're cooking spaghetti, I love you, but I'm not eating your food. I'm not eating your spaghetti.
I love you, but I'm not eating your spaghetti. I love you. I'm not, bro. I try to tell y'all this is life or death, and I'm trying to tell y'all. I thought, this was just a myth. You know the spaghetti stuff. You feel me? Though, I used to hear that. I'm thinking, no, that's jokes. You feel me? No, this is real. This is real. Like she said, my family is from Alabama, Texas, and all of that. So I grew up hearing little things like that. But I ain't never took it serious until I got out here. Southerners can cook, but you better really know that person before you cook, before you eat their cooking. She better really be your home girl, you feel me? She better really be your the homie before you eat her food. You better know, you better really know she don't really like you like that. You feel me? If she trying to really fuck with you and do that, and then she offer you some food, man, don't eat that. Don't eat it, bro.
It's not that I don't trust you. So I pulled up this website from a witch, and I was trying to see other stuff that people got into, and I was surprised to find out that they use urine. And well, no, I'm not surprised about urine because when I was growing up, I remember my granddad became an alcoholic. He got addicted to what they call moonshine. And what they believe that as it relates to moonshine and stuff like that, they believe that if you wanted to, because moonshine was alcohol that was illegally made.
I got fun. I know I don't want to keep stopping this, but when I first moved out here, shout out to my cousin Jalen. You feel me? Him and his homies. You feel me? They took me around the city, and we went to go get some moonshine one day, and that shit was crazy, right? Yeah, that shit was like the crack. I don't know if that was the real crack house or whatever, but you feel me? That shit was crazy. Like it was like that shit was wild, bro. Like I can't believe like niggas really like alcohol is really illegal. Like niggas are really out here getting money off illegal alcohol. This shit is wild. But yeah, that moonshine, I never drink no. That moonshine really puts some hair on your chest. Moonshine really puts some hair on your chest. You feel me?
In somebody's basement or something like that. It was the equivalent of selling drugs back in that time. People were making moonshine from their house. They were making illegal alcohol or what have you, and it would be like 100 proof. And what they believed is that if they put urine, like if the seller put urine in their alcohol, that their sellers, the people, their buyers would become addicted, wouldn't be able to go to any other seller. So they were literally urinating in alcohol. They were literally. So I remember they said that about my granddad. They believed that the person he was buying it from had been urinating in it, which is why he was addicted to it. So I pulled up a website. Let me see if I can pull this web. I'm not going to share the website link. I'm not going to even share the content because I don't. The reason I don't want to, I would absolutely love to read verbatim what that witch said. But there are babes in Christ on here, and there are broken people that have come on here, and they will log on to that website, and they'll be like,
That's one of the nastiest things I ever heard in my life. Disgusting. Wow. Ugh. Yo, I'm hot at that nigga peed in that moonshine I drank. I'm hot. What? Ugh.
how do I make Tyrone come back or what have you? They'll do that. And next thing you know, they'll be on a missing persons line, not understanding why. So let's see here. Matter of fact, well, they talked about bodily fluids used, menstrual blood, vaginal fluids, urine, semen, and that's it for that. And there was another, okay, these are the bodily fluids that people use to bring you under a love spell. These are the bodily fluids that people use. So one of the rules, and I learned this for the first time today from this website. I didn't know this, and thank God I never drink. Oh man, I'm about to change. You gotta love me. Thank you, Percy. God bless you. You gotta love me when I say this. That's why I don't drink coffee, and I'm glad I don't drink coffee like your lounge at your job or public places. The coffee machine. I'm not a coffee drinker anyhow, but I was reading on this website. They talking about even men putting semen in food to make a woman fall in love, and putting urine in coffee and tea.
Yo, I want to throw the freak up. Ugh.
Putting urine in coffee and tea to get you guys to be obsessed. Thank you, Sister Ashley. God bless you. To get you obsessed. And you may say, Tiffany, why would people? No, no, I'm not going to even jump that. I'm going to read something else. Because right before, and they quoted this song called Dry Southern Bells, recorded by Blind Lemon Jefferson, where he was referring to witchcraft. And here's some of the lyrics, just three lines of lyrics from the song. I can't drink coffee and the woman won't make no tea. I can't drink coffee and the woman won't make no tea. I believe to my soul, sweet mama gonna hoodoo me. You can learn a lot from the South.
I told y'all don't drink that tea. I ain't knowing about the coffee. But I told y'all don't drink that tea. She offer you some sweet tea, nigga. Don't drink that sweet tea. She offer you some regular tea, nigga. Don't drink that regular tea, nigga. Yo, I learned a lot moving out here, bro. I swear, nigga. You will actually meet witches, bro. You will actually meet witches, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I learned a lot moving out here. Like, woo, being a witch, like you gotta get up out of there quick. Like as soon as you got a feeling, or just you don't even know she a witch. You just got a feeling something is off, nigga. Leave, nigga. You can feel it through the text message, nigga. Block the number. I'm trying to tell you. She say something about she do stuff with herbs and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But keep asking questions. Keep asking questions. Or just be straight out. Yo, you do hoodoo? Are you a witch? Cause they'll tell you like I don't think witch is a bad word. Cause they call themselves witches. So they'll tell you if they a witch. So I feel like you meet a woman out in the South and you're not from the South. You feel me? You move out here and you meet your woman. I don't. It's not a bad question to ask. Do you do witchcraft? I don't care if they say they go to church, nigga. Ask, do they do witch? Are you a witch or do you practice witchcraft? You ask, bro. Or she not gonna tell you, nigga. Just little peep, little like just if it still don't feel right, just leave. Because there are people are actually are witches and warlocks, and they're actually putting spells on us. And if you ain't strong, like the woman said, if you just a babe in the truth, if you ain't strong in your faith, you will fall under these spells, and you wouldn't even know, and you be wondering why you stuck with a person that you hate.
You can thank you, Sister Latoya. God bless you. You can learn a lot from the South. So here's a revelation. You know, some of you guys, you may not realize it, but that is actually relatively common. It wasn't something that was so unheard of. Like I said, I've never known anybody personally that got into putting bodily fluids in, but I did know people who went to witches trying to bring. I know two specific cases that I remember distinctly of people going to a witch in an attempt to make somebody stay with them. One is a relative of mine who I never really had a relationship with, and another one was a friend of mine. And I won't even say a friend; she was somebody I worked with. We started hanging together, and she started dating this promiscuous dude. This dude, and I couldn't even figure out. I couldn't figure out for the life of me what the heck she wanted with that dude. You know, because for me, if I, you know, if I know a guy is promiscuous, he is automatically unattractive to me. I don't care how he looks here; he's automatically unattractive to me. If I know if he running around giving his body away, that's just nasty to me. That's just nasty. And that's even when I was in the world, a man that's just out there thoughting it out like that. Just and so the guy had quite a few kids or what have you. And I remember she went and gave her rent money. She went and gave her rent money to a witch, in an attempt to I don't remember what I think she was trying to get him back, or she was trying to break what she felt like were roots off of him because he was with somebody else. And I think that was the case. I don't remember it, but it could have been a case where, because a lot of times when people got into witchcraft, it's because the man was out there being promiscuous, and the woman, he can't. So typically, a woman would get with a man who's relatively promiscuous. She would be his main chick. Even though he go out there and mess around, they fight or what have you, he always keep the side chicks in their place. He would typically come across a female that he starts to have like strong feelings for. It's not love, but strong feelings for. And he would get almost obsessed with that particular female. Well, his main chick has never seen that before. So his main chick will reason in many cases that the other girl got roots on him. She got witchcraft on him. So the main chick, in many cases, she'll fight with him, argue with him, and say, "You've been eating that woman's food," or what have you. I just thought of something, but I got to get back to that. And the main chick, in many cases, would go to a witch in an attempt to break the roots off of him. I thought about this guy that I met. Crazy situation. I'm not gonna get into it. I thought about this guy that I met.
Wait, wait. So the dude had a main girl, but he liked to go out and do his thing. He ended up getting with one girl that he couldn't leave alone. So his main girl thought the other girl had roots. The roots, I was trying to tell y'all. Now who the roots? If a girl be talking about, yo, she do the roots with the herbs, and then leave her alone. Leave her alone. But anyways, uh, so the man, so the man is dealing with two witches. He dealing with, so the man is dealing with two witches. One witch got a spell on him. The other witch is trying to put a spell on him to get the other witch spell off of him. So they could put the spell on, so she could put the spell on him. Yo, this is crazy, bruh. This is crazy. This is all. No wonder when the scriptures say you really not, you fighting spiritual battles. That's the real battle, the spiritual battle. This world is wicked, spiritually wicked, and you just never know. You just never know. That man probably didn't have no clue. That man probably didn't have no freaking clue. And that promiscuous, he probably, that's the demon on him. So no wonder the witch, no wonder the witch could really easily put the spell on him to get what he to do it to get what he want to get what the witch want him to do to get for the witch to do what he what no wonder it's easy to put the spell on him. Cause he got that promiscuous demon on him. You feel me? No wonder. He's a whoremonger.
My brother was dating his ex, his baby mama. My brother was dating his baby mama, and him and my brother somehow became besties. And he had a major crush on me. And he used to come over to our house with my brother, handsome guy,
Wait,
but
did she
he
say my
just.
brother is
But
dating
I
his
remember
baby mama? What?
I was questioning him about the girl, and I was like, I don't understand. Like him and my brother, I didn't understand. But the girl was known to practice witchcraft, and he said because he had many kids with this girl, and he said the whole time that he was eating her food, he said he was just obsessed. No matter how many times she cheated, no matter what she did, he couldn't let her go. And he said his grandma, I think he was raised by his grandma or something. He said his grandma kept telling him, I need you to stop eating her food. So somehow his family got her away from him, got him away from her for a while. I think it was like a kidnapping attempt because they would do that stuff in the South. Like if they felt like somebody had roots on you, they would try to pull you away from that person to let your system clear out from that food or what have you. But got him away from the girl. Thank you, DL305. God bless you. Got him away from the girl, and he said he started sobering up. He started having a moment or what have you. He started sobering up. Um, yeah, I don't know about the penny on the floor. I don't know about that, but he started sobering up or what have you. He said that was the start of him breaking away from her. That was the start of her breaking away, him breaking away from her. And it wasn't just an assumption that she did witchcraft. She was open about it. She was open with it or what have you. So I want to talk to you about obsession.
Before she gets into obsession, just that's crazy. That's crazy. I was trying to tell you, I was eating out every day. My girlfriend in high school senior year, every time I went over there, nigga, she was making spaghetti and chicken, nigga. And when I tell you, I was obsessed over this girl, my nigga. Like she could do no wrong. She could have cheated on me if she wanted to. I probably would have stayed. Like she could do no wrong. I swear, I used to sit there thinking like, what is wrong with me? But every time I went over there, it was spaghetti in the pot. I split that on everything I love. And her people was from Mississippi. I put down everything I love. I promise you. That's crazy.
Because again, wait, was something else I wanted to read on here before I move on. Because I want y'all to be educated. Because like I said, looking at that in TikTok, looking at the comments, you could have you could have seen me over there like, y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know. So y'all been over at people's house eating food. People, people do this, even in the South, we know like when like people try to bring plates to the church, though they try to bring plates to their pastors and stuff. People have known. A pastor friend of mine told me somebody tried that with him, bringing a plate or what have you. He said, "Lord said, and that's why honestly, it is good for a man when he is. It is good. It is good to have a wife, a good godly wife. I don't care if you're a pastor or not. To tell you because a lot of times guys would be so ready to eat. They be so ready to eat. You can't don't eat nobody food. They just pop up talking about something. I made you some of my special. Don't you eat that food? Don't you eat that food? You'll find yourself. All right. Okay, I'll read a few things that's on here. He says substitutes for bodily fluids. And of course, he's talking about genital fluids. It's just nasty. I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to read this. But it's talking about drawing business cards. It's taking stuff off of your body. And it's also about a point of contact. So that's how witchcraft works. People, when they want to do a spell on you, when they want you to become obsessed with them, and you got to understand this, they will many times put something in your food. We knew that in the South. So consequently, growing up, we were not allowed. If you ever wonder why our parents were really like, when you go to these people's house, don't you ask for nothing? It wasn't just about embarrassing them. It was also about not knowing whether or not they were nasty people. They were people that were into witchcraft and stuff like that. You were not allowed as a child to go to somebody's house and ask for food or even take their food. If they offered it, I don't care if your stomach was singing the blues, you had to say, no, thank you, I'm not hungry.
I remember I went to my uncle's house, right? Me and my dad went to my uncle's house. My uncle offered me some water. I think it was, shout out to my uncle Chuck. You feel me? My uncle offered me some water. You feel me? Out the cup. I was like, nah, I'm good. I was thirsty. It was hot. It was a hot day. I was thirsty, thirsty. My dad was like, you sure? I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't eat or drink at nobody's house. I don't eat or drink. I gotta be at your house almost every single day for me to just eat or drink. You feel me? Like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. And now that I'm thinking about it, all the girls that you feel me. Now I'm thinking about it. The main girl the one girl back then that I was obsessed with was from Mississippi and cooked spaghetti all the time. I can't get that out of my head. I can't get that out of my head, bro. Yeah. And then hold on, as soon as I got away from her, you feel me? As soon as I wasn't like I got away from, I went to college, but I did come back. But as soon as I moved out to South Carolina for the first time. Like I stopped getting the urge to call her. I stopped getting the urge to text her. I really stopped thinking about it all the time. Like it really just went away. Like one day it just went away. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's called hoodoo. Hoodoo, and it's also referred to as voodoo. But you had to say no, thank you. I'm not hungry because you knew that people would do stuff. And since we're talking about obsession, one other thing that people, and I didn't want to mention, but you know what? The reason I didn't want to mention is, but people can find this stuff on the internet, is because, like I said, sometimes people tune in and they're dealing with that thing, and demons will start talking to them and tell them that's what you need to go do to this dude, and you're gonna make him love you. So I really want y'all to stay tuned in because I want to tell you what happens to people who practice that stuff. I want to give you an education about it. But they will take a man's underwear and bury them in the backyard. Now I had a relative I knew that came, and I don't know if she did that, but came and collected a dude's underwear.
The South is different, yo.
Came and
I ain't gonna
collected
hold
it,
you.
and we knew she had practiced that stuff before. So I'm saying that that is a real thing. That is a real thing. People use, yes, they will take underwear. Oh, let me say this, because mothers, you have to understand this. You don't take gifts for your children from everybody. People who hate you or are jealous of you will give you a gift that has witchcraft on it. I told you guys, I think recently I told you about this lady that had got Pampers from her next door neighbor. And she said, as soon as she said she felt uncomfortable with the Pampers. And she said she just felt really uncomfortable. And so she just stared at the box. So the neighbor came and said, hey, we're moving, got these extra Pampers. And she didn't want to be mean. So she said, okay. She said, but she felt really uncomfortable. She said, so she brought him in the house. She put him at the top of the closet, closed the closet. And, somehow in her head, she was like, I'm not fooling with that. She felt really uncomfortable. And then the daycare called her not long after that and said, hey, we need Pampers. You need to leave some Pampers for your child at daycare. And she was like, oh, perfect. I can just take them. So she took the Pampers to the daycare. And the day she took them, her child started acting out in school. They put the Pampers on him at daycare. He started acting out or what have you. And she said they were like, we don't know what's happening. He's never acted like this before. When he got home, she said he was not his usual self. He was misbehaving. He wasn't feeling well. There was a lot of stuff going on. I don't know how many days this went on before she said she had to put her child in the bedroom with her because he was acting out at school. And she put him between her and her husband. She said she woke up in the middle of the night. He was squirming like a snake.
Now we're gonna start right. We're gonna pause right there. We're gonna pause right there because we all know about the snake in Genesis, right? Now she said about the snake, and we all know about the serpent was referenced in Revelations, and then she just brought up how somebody put a spell on somebody kid's pull-ups diapers, and then the kid put the diaper on and start moving like a snake. Now I want to go to this other. We're gonna come back to the video because we're gonna finish this video, I promise. But I want to come back. I want to go to this video right here. Ex-Satanist and high-ranking African warlock encounters Jesus. Right now, he was married to the high-ranking witch in Africa. The witch was 60 years old when he breaks the whole story. The witch was 60 years old and he was a baby, and his birth was the wedding. His birth was the wedding to the 60-year-old highest ranking witch in Africa, right? So they said that they told his mom, when you take the child back, you can't breastfeed him because that's not a baby, that's a man, and because he's married, right? So he's saying that his mom was thinking like, man, I'm about to go back home, breastfeed my baby, y'all gotta be fucked up, right? So he said that when his mom had to leave to work or something like that, like she had to go to work, and I guess it was like a traveling job or something. But when she came back, she's about to breastfeed him. She's getting ready to breastfeed him. They said, hold on, I'll let him tell it.
Yeah, Python.
Yeah.
Would be there. I have to breastfeed my child. You know, I've suffered a lot. I've paid the price. I have done all this. Like he was treasuring this child. So she returns home. When she went home, my father said, "Where have you been?" He said, "Okay, I had all this and this."
So did your father not know what she was doing?
He didn't know.
He did not know.
I didn't know. Because when she left hospital, she just went to the. So my father, "Where's my wife?" She's looking around. So when she appears, "Where have you been?"
So he had no idea that she was this deep in her passion to find a boy or to get a son.
He didn't.
All the man
The
hot.
only thing he knew, like, my mother could disappear for days, and you know where he has gone. So when she returned home, she says, "I was a baby. She put me in the baby cot in the bed, then go dress up, clean up, and then come and breastfeed the child." And when she returned, she found a python coiled around the baby. Yeah, python. That's
Yeah.
it. And she says she could not come near because of the python. So she ran out. The people of the village came around. My father came around. They could see the snake, and no one could come in.
Could they not kill the snake?
I don't know why. So she says for 30 days, for 3 months, she could not come near me.
So was the python wrapped around you every day, all day, 24/7?
24/7. So she says she didn't breastfeed me. She didn't come near me. And the whole village could come and just peep in. And then there was rumors around that this woman gave birth to a child and a snake. Now, I heard those rumors when I was growing up. It was the talk of the town in their community. You know, that child is a twin. They could say, he's a twin. He was born with a snake. But my mother says, no, she didn't give birth to a snake. The snake just came when she came back to the house. Now, I don't understand how this was done. So after 3 months, my father left. Now, he picked the 6 girls and left the home. She remained alone. And because of that, my mother got a mental breakdown. So she was not like a mad woman in the community.
Yeah, I'm leaving too. You done took my child to the witch that's over all of Africa. You done married my child to the witch that's over all of Africa. Then you come back. I don't know where you been at. You come back home. You done put my baby. Now you gonna come back home. Now my baby surrounded by snakes. A snake. You feel me? Like we can't touch him. We can't do that. This nigga just coiled around by a snake. You feel me? Like what you got going on? I'm leaving too. I don't know what you got going on with this witch stuff, but I'm out of here. You feel me? I ain't got time for none of that witch stuff. You done took my son. You done made this nigga to a little warlock and done married the nigga to a witch. Like, down a snake all around and you can't do. Now you mad. But I'm leaving. I'm out. It's crazy. I'm high. I would have been gone. I would have been, what?
So she's left alone with a child, a demon child, with a brother who was living with her. Now the husband, my father, and the children left, so she's deserted. So by the time I'm three years old, the only person I know is my uncle and my mother, who has no attachment with me. Why? She's mentally disturbed. She always spend all her time alone in the bedroom.
Oh, the dad took all the rest of the kids.
There's no way.
Said,
So as a child,
leaving.
I didn't have any attachment with her. I didn't see my sisters. I didn't meet my father. The only person now I know is my uncle, the young brother to my mother, who was also, I don't know what happened. He was also addicted to alcohol. So he could drink and what. Now, so he tells me, I remember as the other 3, when he was drinking his alcohol, he could give me, because that's the only thing he had. My mother did not breastfeed me. The husband had left, deserted her. And she tells me that the day my father left, and with my sisters, is the day the snake left also. So when he left, also it left. So she remained with this child, but now she was so hurt. She was so heartbroken, and then she got into a mental breakdown because of the husband leaving her. She's alone, and so as a
Now I just wanted to show that. I just want to show this. I just want to show this video because to show the common theme of the snake when it comes to this witchcraft and hoodoo stuff and hoodoo, and all this extra witchcraft stuff. The common theme is a snake. You feel me? Now let's get back to this.
Right, jewelry as well. She woke up in the middle of the night. He was squirming like a snake, and she looked and she was like, and she said at first she was like thinking he was in pain, maybe had gas or something. She said, but she's like, wait a minute, he's moving like a snake. And she said she began to pray, and the Lord told her it's the Pampers. And she had an aha moment. She took the Pampers off. She said immediately, she said she took the Pampers off him. She woke her husband up, and they took her son through deliverance or what have you. Took the Pampers off him, prayed over him, or what have you, called the daycare back. And she said, imagine I have to look like the crazy woman to tell the daycare that to throw those Pampers out. Don't put them on another child or what have you. And I knew a girl personally who told me, and I've never met her physically, but I ministered to her. But I remember this girl, and this was back when I lived in Florida. This girl told me that, she had just had a baby, and this lady had came over and had this basket of stuff and gave it to her child. And she said she didn't feel right about it. And she was telling the woman no, and the woman got aggressive. See, typically when you're dealing with witches, they get really mad when you say no. They'll try to give you jewelry, they try to give you food, they try to.
And you know what's crazy about that? You know what's crazy about that? Because I've been in a bunch of situations with a couple of women, right? That offered me stuff, that offered me the food, that offered me to give me stuff and everything like that. And I'll be like, no, I'm good. And they would get mad at me. They would get furious that we'll have serious arguments. Like they will take that as such disrespect. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't wanna, I'm not hungry right now. So I'm like, I'm not hungry right now. You now want to eat this food, this, da, da, da. Like, what? Why are you so mad? Like, it just be automatic anger. Yo, I want to get you something from the store. No, I'm good. I really don't need nothing. Oh my God, you being this? Like, what? Yo, you good? I'm good right now. Go get you some. Go get you something nice for yourself. Like, yo, like I've been in many situations like that where, like, I've had women be get extra mad because I refuse to, uh, eat the food that they want to buy or anything like that. So it's crazy that she's saying these things, like, and again, like, in this world, I know we in the flesh, in this physical, but this war is really spiritual, and it's and the spiritual could really get to your physical. You feel me? So we gotta watch out for these evil spirits. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, to all my people that ain't never been out here to the south. I know y'all love the thick women. You feel me? The women thick, the hair be long. You feel me? The accent be sounding right. You feel me? They got the hustles going. You feel me? They got nice cars. Like, black women out here doing their thing in the south. Like, black women is out here doing their thing in the south. I can't hold you. Like, I ain't gonna lie. They doing their thing out here, looking good and all of that. But you just gotta be careful. To all my brothers out that's moving out here, you just gotta be careful and really ask questions, really understand what you getting yourself into. When she start talking about roots, she start talking about, when she say hoodoo, nigga, really know what hoodoo is, nigga. Really know what hoodoo is, nigga. For real, for real.
Try to give you stuff for the clothes. This is why y'all got to hear me. Y'all, are you ready? I understand a lot of times that you may be suffering financially, and you're.
Hold on, and I feel this energy that's around me in my head, my hair on my hands is sticking up in my back. I feel this energy around me right now. Like, I feel a good energy around me. I feel like a comforting energy around me, but I also feel some type of other energy around me. You feel what I'm saying? Just so, thank you to the Most High God. Thank you for giving me another day and blessing me. Bless me, and I pray for protection. I pray for understanding and not to go the ways of the wicked and to stay with you. Thank you to the Most High God.
Wanting to save money, But you don't take clothes from everybody for your baby or for yourself. I don't even buy clothes from a thrift store. That's just me. You don't take clothes. Somebody comes and say, I got a whole lot of clothes to my baby, from when he was a child. Listen, you having a baby. You don't take that. You don't take that unless you really know them. You really know them. You know they're good, godly people. You don't take that. I can hear somebody saying, I'm just going to pray over it. I remember a conversation I had with a brother in Christ of mine some years ago, and he said, you can't take what's dedicated to Satan and then turn around and dedicate it to God. You don't take all of that stuff. This is why, we just talked about poverty. We just talked about poverty on the last video. A lot of people who fall under the trap of witchcraft are typically very poor. Because you take everything from everybody, food, clothes. You'll take anything, food, clothes. You don't think anything of it. Because you're in need. And that's what the enemy looks for. The enemy looks for empty rooms. He looks for emptiness, hollow spaces, voids, places that have not been filled. And then he offers you something tainted, perverted, cursed. He offers you that. And you don't even realize that what you're doing is you're bringing something in that's been dedicated to a false god or to a demon. You don't even realize that person has been praying over that stuff. You don't even realize that there are people out there that hate your heart. They hate your guts. They hate you. They don't like you. And they all of a sudden they want to give you something. Hey girl, I got a cell phone. You want this?
Feel me? Like, nigga, I ain't talked to you in 3 years. No, I'm saying you feel me? Hey, bro, I been like you're trying to do something. Like, nigga, I ain't talked to you in 3 years, nigga. No, I don't want that. I don't want that, bro. No, that stuff do be happening. Like, hey, I got this extra. Like, no, I don't want that. I'm good. I already took clothes from my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Quante and his baby moms. When you feel me? When I had my first daughter, you feel me? Shout my cousin Quante, you feel me? He donated, so he gave me some of his clothes that his daughter never even put on. You feel me? That was the only time. That was the only time I took clothes from somebody like that. That was the only time. So I really don't take clothes like I really don't do the hand me downs for my girls, my daughters. I don't do that. You better. I gotta see some tags on there, something. Like I don't do the hand me downs. You ain't putting no spell on my kids. You feel me? That's why I only did it from one person. That was my cousin Corsa. I grew up with him. I trust him now. I grew up with him. And I know he ain't in none of that. So that's why I did that. You feel me?
Thank you, heart to heart. God bless you. You want it? You want this phone? Nope. This is one of the things. For me, I'm a giver. I'm always trying to give stuff away. That's just my nature. I don't get offended if I ask somebody, hey, do you want this? And they say no. If I say, hey, I got this, I'm giving it away, they say no. Again, because I'm from the South. Because I understand that, hey, you don't know what they're thinking at the end of the day. And you know what? You got to protect yourself. So let's talk about obsession. Because I have to deal with the people that will come on here and say, oh, well, I'm going to get Tyrone back. Or he think he going to leave me. I'm going to the store tonight. I'm going to cook. And I'm going to tell you what that's going to do to you. Because I want to give you a realistic idea. First, the Lord is leading me to go back to this. Is something I've taught you guys before. But there are a lot of new people on here. Do me a favor. Like. Take a moment to like. And be sure to share. Thank you, Sister Rachel. And thank you, my worships, for real. God bless you. Generational curses. A lot of generational curses that were started in your families. And I want to talk, for example, to African Americans. A lot of generational curses. I've told this story before. I've given this example before. I talked about it live. I've talked about it in books. You need to hear this. A lot of generational curses started from grandpa cheating. I'm going to say this. The majority of women who practice adultery, if not all of them, are witches. Some of them know they're witches. Some of them don't know they're witches. But they're witches. They got a witchcraft spirit.
What she say? What she say? She said majority of women who practice witchcraft are adulterers. A lot of our first she started off saying family curses done started from grandpa, from grandpa, great grandpa and them. Then she turned around and says a lot of women, black women, because notice she said, I want to talk to African Americans. A lot of black women in the South, I think it's because it's a lot of black witches out. It's a lot of witches out here. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like it's it's witches out here. Like that's practicing it. I'm not playing with y'all. But anyway, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I forgot what I said. We're gonna get back to the video.
Spirits. Anybody willing to sleep with a married man is a witch. And there are ranks to that.
Hold on. I'm rewinding that back. I told y'all I ain't watched this whole video. I don't know what she about to say. We been past the point to what I watched. So I don't know what she about to say. We rewinding this back. Cause that was so heavy what she said. Because that could follow that's a demon. That is a demon. And I feel like what she about to get into is a lot of women got cheated on by grandpa and them, and then those women really went. Hold on, I don't even know what she about to say. I don't even know what she about to say. I'm about to rewind this back. Hold on.
And thank you, my worships, for real. God bless you. Generational curses, a lot of generational curses that were started in your families. And I want to talk, for example, to African Americans. A lot of generational curses. I've told this story before. I've given this example before. I talked about it live. I've talked about it in books. You need to hear this. A lot of generational curses started from grandpa cheating. I'm going to say this. The majority of women who practice adultery, if not all of them, are witches. Some of them know they're witches. Some of them don't know they're witches. But they're witches. They got a witchcraft spirit. Anybody willing to sleep with a married man is a witch.
They have a witchcraft spirit. Anybody you hear what she's anybody who's willing to sleep with a married man has a witchcraft spirit. And that's so heavy to what she's saying. That is a spirit. No, she says spirit. That's a demon. I digress.
And there are ranks to that. There's levels to that.
Hold on, my bad. And like she said, some women don't even know they wishes. Some women don't even know they practicing witchcraft. Some of y'all are witches out there. Y'all don't even know. Practicing in everything.
See, it's all about control. It's all about manipulation. It's all about domination. It's all about control. Sex, what it does is it brings a person, I don't want to say under a spell, but under a series of beliefs. If a person is trying to sleep with, let's say, a standard married man, you're probably dealing with a low-ranking witch. If somebody's trying to sleep with, let's say, married man, he's got a strong family, like he's pretty powerful in his family, probably average witch. Somebody trying to sleep with let's say a pastor or somebody in power, I don't care how innocent you look, high ranking witch. Because the thing is, whenever you bring the head under control, you control everybody else that is being led by that head. Did y'all catch that? Did that make sense? See, you got to understand that the premise of witchcraft is not just the person. Demons like to go after people in authority, because if you can bring this person under the influence, then they're going to bring other people under influence. Think of Trayvon, what was his name? Trayvon Scott at that concert. See, the thing about it is, when the devil get him in the background, bring him under the influence, and get him all into witchcraft, get him also. Then when he get up on that stage, you know what he's doing? Channeling that out. He's channeling out. What's in him? He's channeling it out. So when it comes to witches, you can tell the level of a witch based on who she go after or who he go after. I'm gonna say that again. You can tell the level of a witch. Travis Scott. Yeah, I said Trayvon. Thanks. But you can tell the level of a witch based on who he or she targets.
And I want to say this: a lot of us has been. I don't care who. If you've been in the South or you've been with a Southern woman or Southern women just your thing, you've been with a witch before. You have been with a witch before, or you met one before. And luckily, thank God, thank the Most High God, you ain't do nothing with that person, or you didn't fall in love with that person, or you didn't catch strong feelings for that person. But like she said, if you are a married man and a woman comes to you and don't care that you married, more than likely you dealing with a witch. You're dealing with a witch, more than likely. And if you a regular nigga, if you a regular nigga, you feel me? You got a low ranking witch. But if you high ranking, if you somebody with power, if you somebody in high status, you feel me? If you a pastor, anything like that, and you see a woman going after that man and knowing that man is married, that's a witch. That's a witch's spirit, like she said.
You can tell. So going back to the olden days, what they would do, and this is honestly, I'm telling your story. I'm telling your grandparents' story. Many of you don't even realize it. If you talk to your grandparents, or if you talk to somebody who was around your grandparents and know the story, they will tell you. I'm telling your grandparents' story. Many of you, how the generational curse got on your family. It was grandparents, great grandparents, or great great grandparents. Somewhere between the 20s, I would say the 20s, all the way up to the 60s. What happened was you had granddad, or we would just say granddad. It could have been great granddad or great great granddad, or whatever. You just want to say granddad. That may have been relatively promiscuous. The women in that time, they learned to deal with it. You know, they reasoned within their mind when nothing they could do about it. They couldn't stop them. It was going to get violent. And then two, the women of that time, the only jobs that they could really have was they could be an administrative assistant, aka secretary, a nurse, a teacher, um, maybe a store clerk. They made 4 times or more less than a man. The money that they made was not
Also a
even enough to
librarian.
take care of themselves in most cases. At the same time, birth control, while it was out, was not that popular. Matter of fact, religion, a lot of people didn't, they were against birth control. They felt like it was of the devil. So thank you, Sister Latina. God bless you. The average female had between 5 to 10 children around that time. 7 was the lucky number or what have you. But the average female had between 5 to 7 children with her husband, obviously. They would have all those children. But she could not work to provide because most of the times, the majority of women, they stayed at home to provide for the kids. Thank you, Brother Donald. God bless you.
This sound like my grandma Lynch story. This sound like Grandma Colbert story. Nah, but I don't know. Grandma Colbert got up at work. You feel me? And she did thinking she was hustling. You feel me? But this definitely sound like my grandma Lynch story. Like for real, for real. Sound like my granny story. You feel me? Like, well, I don't know, my granny got up and work too. But these people work too. Back then, the women had jobs. My granny had. How many kids my granny had? She had a bunch of kids too. My grandma Lynch had a bunch of kids too. You feel me? Sound like she said, these are your grandparents' story. And she about to break it down how the generational curses be starting.
Majority of women stayed at home to provide for the children. Take care of while the dad was out working, the women stayed at home. They were homemakers. And every once in a while, the woman may take another job just to make a little extra money to help out, but it wasn't enough to do much of anything.
I put Grandma Colbert in that too.
Granddad was known to be out there thotting. Granddad was out there just busting it open for everybody. Grandma got used to that. She got it. She didn't like it. They fought
I don't
about
know
it.
Mr. Colbert was
But she
doing all
got
that though.
accustomed to it.
Hold on. I was gonna say this. I don't know Mr. Colbert, Grandpa Colbert was doing all of that though. I didn't really get to meet him like that. So I don't know, but I know Grandma Colbert, you feel me, had to do her thing, you feel me? And she had kids, she had a bunch of kids too.
Over the course of time, remember I talked about another video. What this does is there are levels to witches. So it starts off as steps. It looks like, okay, give me a second. I wish I could sing. I bust a note for y'all. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. Thank you, Sister Nini. God bless you. All right, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Yeah. All right. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Looks like steps. Okay. The husband, the goal, the role, the responsibility of the husband, or one of the responsibilities was to be a covering. So the enemy tries to pervert what you are. So if you're a husband, the enemy tries to get you to not protect, but to expose. The enemy tries to get you not to cover, but to uncover. The enemy tries to get you not to provide, but to require of or to depend on your wife. He tries to turn you into the opposite of what God wants you to be. This is how the enemy works. He always tries to pervert. Pervert makes, so.
While both NetSuite and QuickBooks offer software designed to help businesses manage their accounting processes, QuickBooks primarily focuses on accounting software for small businesses.
Finish this up.
Supporting additional
I think this is gonna be a
complexities
part
requires
one,
layering additional.
and then I'm gonna do a part two
The man has his wife.
tomorrow.
He's supposed to be over here covering his household. This is how he keeps a good. He always tries to pervert. Pervert makes, so. The man has his wife. He's supposed to be over here covering his household. This is how he keeps a good name. But there are witches that are sent by the enemy. They're mediums. So there are two types of mediums in the earth. There are prophets, and then there are witches and warlocks. There are prophets and prophetesses, and there are witches and warlocks. A prophet and a prophetess is a medium between heaven and earth. So they are the mouthpieces of God. Witches and warlocks are the mouthpieces of Satan. They are a medium in earth for the enemy, for the kingdom of darkness. Okay. So there are two kingdoms fighting for your soul, not just fighting for your soul. Satan thinks in generations. Satan wants you. He wants to capture your kids. He wants to capture. And so what he has to do is he has to go after the head of the home. And let me make sure I read the scripture so you can understand why. We're going to preach tonight, y'all. I want you to understand.
Oh snap! She bringing out scriptures. She bringing out the scriptures. Okay. All right. Okay. I told you I ain't watched this video. We've been past part I watched. I didn't know she bringing out scriptures and no. Okay, I like it.
Understand this. Yeah, here we go. Matthew 12:29. Matthew 12:29. And it don't want to open. Okay, there we go. Okay. Or else, let me see. Do I want to start at 29? Do I need to go up a little bit? Let's see what 28 says. $12.29. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind a strong man, and then he will spoil his house? I'll read that again. Now Now, that's a principle that's used in deliverance, but it's also a principle that the enemy uses, what have you. So, in order to spoil a home, Satan must bind the strong man. The strong man of a home is the husband, that's the head of the house. So,
and this is why us Israelites, this is why I love the Bible, this is why I love the Most High God, because this is why us Israelites say that the white man, not just no typical regular white man walking down the street. We talking about the system. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, not the regular typical white man that's walking down the street, or the white woman that's walking down the street. We are talking about this government when we say the white man. And a couple of videos I did back about how they took the black fathers out the household, how they systematically took the black fathers out the household. Now she's saying that this is, bruh, I tell y'all, I got chills right now. I'm telling y'all, I got chills right now, bruh. When I tell y'all, I told y'all the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Now, this woman is saying that the enemy, she started before she went through all this. She said, I'm talking to African Americans right now. The enemy. She's saying the enemy, before they got it, the enemy got to get the strong man, the husband, out the house. Or the enemy got to get the strong man, the husband, out of his role or his position. And what is the government doing to us? What have the government did to us? It got the black man out of the role and their position. Like we found out in the last videos I did. This is heavy, man. I ain't know shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, I did not watch this video. And this is why, I'm going to say this again, and this is why we say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
So Satan must first bind the strong man. He must first bind the husband. So I'm going to read that again for you. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he may spoil his house? That means he could spoil means to take away his plunder, his riches, the blessings, the favor that God has bestowed upon his household. The wife represents wisdom. She represents a conduit between heaven and earth. She is favor. She is the vessel to carry the children of that man. The enemy wants to get the man is the head of the home. He's the covering. What he wanted to do back then, he still does now, is he wants to get the man from uncovering his wife. So what he does is, God said, don't look to the left or the right. What he does is he uses witches. Most of them don't realize they're witches. These are seductive women. These are beautiful women. These are innocent looking women. These are soft-spoken women. What he does. Now, the first one, and typically what the enemy does is he likes to bring warfare in the house, because husband and wife, you need regular bouts of deliverance. If y'all not casting demons out of each other, if you're not praying all the time, the enemy finds an opportunity in your house, you and your wife go to fighting and all that, y'all not getting along or what have you, and things seem to be chaotic, and rather than you saying, let me pray, the enemy likes to boggle you down with pride. So the man, gets to the point where, maybe he's frustrated, or sometimes it's not even a fight. He's just promiscuous on his own. But there is a low-ranking witch. Typically, the female that falls in this category doesn't realize she's a witch. She doesn't realize she's a witch. So that particular female, it's just, stop. No, she's just a standard girl. So what the enemy wants to do with this guy is he wants to tame his appetite to want the forbidden thing, the forbidden fruit. See, it's very similar. Give me a dude in the gym who is a nutritionist, and all he eats is healthy foods, fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that. If I feed him brownies, if I cook food for him a few times, if I cook unhealthy food for him a few times, what I've done is I've trained his appetite. Now all of a sudden he's going to want that. All of a sudden, he'll be sitting up there, man, I need to go eat an apple, but dang it, I want some brownies. I don't know why I want them brownies. Then he'll say to himself, catch this, because I said it plenty of times. Last time I eat that brownie, I'm going to do this one more time. I think I deserve it. I think I deserve it. Then he go get the brownie again. When he go get the brownie again, it's warm. When he get the brownie again, it's good. It's the edges are crust. Then the crust. It's delicious. Best brownie ever ate. Then he come back to that apple. The apple don't taste the same no more. He come back to that orange. The orange just seemed like it's a little bit bitter. He comes, no matter what he gets, he seems like, it's just not the same. Give him a couple of days. He's going to sit back and say, one more time. One more time. I'm going to get that brownie one more time. I got to get that brownie. This is the brownie. Her assignment is to tame the appetite of the man. That's it. That's it. To tame the appetite of the man. She snatches him from his wife. She snatches him from his wife, or she starts his appetite. But over the course of time, he's going to sober up with her because it's not real love. He's going to sober up. There's going to be another witch that's going to take him from her.
I hope y'all really getting what she's like breaking down right now, because I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself back in my life. You feel me? I'm thinking to myself like, yo, I know for a fact I've ran into witches before, because I met witches that said that they're witches. I met a girl that said that she do hoodoo. You feel me? So I've ran into witches before, but for the men that have run into witches and didn't know, for the men that's in relationships, right? But it's always the baddest girl keep coming up to you, trying to get you to cheat on your wife. I mean, try to get you to like steer away from your wife. The scripture says we can have multiple wives, but we can never put a woman away for another woman. You get what I'm saying? So that woman is trying to just take you away. That woman wants you to push your wife away and just be with her. You feel me? Like we all ran into these type of women. We all ran into these witches, bruh. We've all ran into these witches, bro. Food don't even be good like that. Food don't even be good like that, but you over there tearing it up. Food don't even be good. Food just be nasty, dry. Food just be regular. The food just be regular. You feel me? The food don't even be fire like that, but you, nigga, like whatever you eat, it tastes like the best food you ever had in your life. Nigga, it tastes better than grandma food.
There's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is death. The end thereof is death. So he gonna meet somebody else. She not gonna know she a witch either. She's gonna be like, no. Then she's gonna start entertaining. She'll entertain married men, but you know what? She's not gonna entertain you flat out. She's gonna be the deceptor. She's gonna be the one who deceived herself. So her deception is gonna come in the form of her saying, "We're not dating. I'm just helping him with his marriage. We're not dating. He told me he having problems with his marriage, and I'd be encouraging him to stick with his wife. That's it. Sis, why don't you refer him to a man? I mean, he said he feels comfortable with me. No, baby, y'all creating a soul tie. You're deceiving yourself and deceiving him. And what's going to happen is y'all going to have that moment where y'all going to kiss, or something going to happen and you're going to pull this number right here. I can't believe that happened. I don't know why I'm falling for him." She's being tamed as a witch. See, the enemy, even though these ladies are they're on levels of witchcraft, or men, they're on levels of witchcraft, the goal is they gotta ascend. The enemy wants them to ascend because her down here, she doesn't realize it. The enemy wants to break her to the point where she says, "I don't even care, I'm married or not, it don't matter. Matter or not, it don't matter. Should have been taking care of your man. I know women who talk like that. If she'd been taking care of her man, he wouldn't be with me.
I know. I got homegirls that talk like that, bruh. I got homegirls that talk like that, bruh. I got a homegirl back at Arizona, back in AZ, you feel me? That was talking to a married man. And I used to tell her, like, yo, you need to leave that nigga alone, bro. That nigga is married. And she used to be like, at first she was in denial. Nah, he not married. Nah, then it was, nah, like, but they live together, but they ain't together. You feel me? Then it was, I don't even care. You feel me? I don't care. I wish that nigga just the long as this nigga just tell me the truth, we good. Whole time, nigga still married with the whole wife. Whole time. Wife done found out everything. You think that person she cared? No. She was still talking to the nigga. Still pulling up on the nigga and everything. Like, man, and now it's so heavy. I don't want to get out there and tell her business. But it's after that situation, nigga, her life ain't been the same. After she cheated with a married man, she left her husband. All out of, you know, I ain't gonna put her business out there like that. I'm just gonna say her life ain't been the same after she cheated with the married man. It ain't been the same since.
Remember hearing a girl I used to work with. I remember hearing her in the break room talking about some man's wife. She was like, "If you had been taking care of your man, no, you know what she is? She's an uncoverer. That's a witch designed to seduce the covering of the home. So the covering of the home is deceived under a spell, and then the enemy can go and plunder his goods." I wish y'all understood. I wish you understood. So it's to get him to keep going up here. Now, as he ascends, by the time he get to this witch right here, you're gonna see as he ascends, you're gonna see a dissension in his mental health. Y'all, I've seen this. You will see a dissension in his mental health. Typically, he may start getting into alcoholism, drugs, or some type of addiction. Because the soul can't handle that. He's going to have to find some type of way to silence his soul, to silence his spirit, to silence that cry.
God fucking chill. I ain't gonna lie, I wanna cry right now. Like tears is about to come down my eyes. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like I just got extreme chills. Like I just wanna cry. Like I just got this extreme emotional feeling of crying. I got chills. Like I feel like I've been at that spot. The spot she just pointed at, bro. The third spot, bro. I've been there. I'm just getting out that spot. I'm just getting out that spot to be 100% with y'all. I'm just getting out that spot. I've been there, and I think I'm gonna let her talk. I'm gonna probably wait to the 50-minute mark, and then I'm gonna finish. Then we're gonna do part 2. But I like when she said that, bro. I got extreme. My whole body started getting chill. My whole body got cry. Like I don't know. Like I was just there at that spot, bro. I was just there in that spot. And it got me like this. I told you I ain't seen this video. Really got me thinking right now, like about who I've been messing with. Like this video really got me thinking about who I've been. Like wow. Let's get back to the video.
From within.
My bad. Hold on. Time.
You'll find that all of a sudden he's hanging out with the wrong crowd. When you see him again, his eyes bloodshot red. He ain't shaved. He ain't looking so good no more. What is he doing? He's ascending toward this particular witch. He's ascending toward this right here. All right, let's talk about what happened to grandparents. So grandma, again, we talking about back in the 20s and what have you back then. But our great granddad, so let's say granddad was out there, he was sleeping around. Grandmother kind of got used to, or she got accustomed to that happening. So you know what? She would fight with him, she fuss at him, but she still played her role as a wife. She still cooked, she still cleaned, she still had babies with him, she still did whatever. But he kept ascending. One day he came in contact with probably her or her, somewhere up in here.
How does the best basketball player of all time make more money in his retirement than when he was playing basketball?
I wasn't ready for this video. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I was not ready. I was not ready. Like, this is crazy right now.
He was ascending and she didn't know it. He came in contact with a high-ranking witch or a higher-ranking witch. And that woman brought him under a strong spell. And when I say a strong spell, she may not have been playing with witchcraft. She may have been playing with her words, playing with seduction. She was doing stuff that granddad didn't, because grandma typically was a virgin. She got all her experience from granddad. She didn't know all that stuff. But that other female, that Miss Ruth and May, or Miss Lula May knew some stuff. Miss Lula May knew how to bend granddad over, and do what she had granddad screaming, had his legs over his head. She was pinning him up, dominatrix and all that stuff. He ain't never seen no mess like that. Miss Lula May had granddaddy crying for his life or what have you, but he liked it. He came in contact with a high-ranking witch. But catch this. The allure of it all was that at his house, his wife had 7 kids. I want you to imagine it. 7 kids that she's trying to take care of. They screaming, they crying. He could barely pay the bills. It's frustrating. But he go over there to Miss Lula May house. It was quiet. Because you know what? Typically she was either barren, or if she had kids, she had them in the back room, or she done got rid of them. They at her parents' house or something like that. He get over to Miss Lula May house. She got the house clean. Because he go to his house, his wife trying to keep up with the house, but she trying to keep up with the kids. She trying to do a lot. She looked a hot mess. She couldn't afford to get her hair done. She couldn't afford to do all that. Miss Lula May, Miss Lula May learned how to do all that stuff with her hair. Learn how to do all. And so when he came to her house, she said, "How are you?" With giving them old men names. "How are you, Frank? How you doing, Frank?" She knew how to pull granddad's nipple and twist it. Granddad's like, "What you doing?" "I like it."
Hell nah. Yo, Miss Lula May had Frank had Grandpa going crazy. He said Miss Lula May twisted that Grandpa's nipples, and he said, "What you doing? Keep doing it." Miss Lula May done turn Grandpa out, bruh. Miss Lula May done turn Grandpa out, bruh. Nigga, we all met some super freaky girls like that. We all done met some super duper freaky girls, bruh.
She was pulling on them chest hairs, shoving him on the bed, pulling his hair. She was playing all kinds of games with his mind. He began to despise his wife because of that relationship. Because he started dealing with addiction or obsession. He started obsessing over that other female. He didn't love her. He was dealing with obsession. He started obsessing, so he wanted to get around her more. But his wife was getting in the way with all the arguments, all the fuss, and where the money going, because he had to pay for that. He had to go over there and give her some money and all that. His wife was putting pressure on him. Kids not eating. Kids start acting up at school because he's not covering the home. So demons have gotten into the house. Demons are attacking the kids. The 13-year-old boys have been up in the closet trying on high heels and masturbating. And it's a lot of stuff just happening in that house. And grandma trying to get him back. And grandma had a conversation. She talked to one of her church sisters, one of her friends that went to her church. She said, "Frank Then messed up plenty of times. Now she tried to leave. She tried to leave Grandpa, but family wouldn't let her. They blamed her. This is what they did back in the day. She didn't have no money, so she talked to that person. She said, "Frank done messed up plenty of times, and he's always known. He always kept these women in place. But this one here, I don't know what it is about this woman here. This lady lived right around the corner. He done got so bad he don't even come home half of the time. When he comes home, he done got to the point where he's violent. He's been drinking that moonshine."
Y'all noticed that? Y'all noticed that once he started coming home, the devil started attacking the family. Once he got the wishes to get the man out the home, the devil started attacking the family. Shit started going on, like she said. The son started hiding in the closet, trying on high heels and wigs, masturbating. The other son going is fighting in school. The daughter probably done got raped. Your other daughter probably out there prostituting. It's chaos going on. And on top of that, the mom's having a mental breakdown because you out there fucking the woman around the corner. Like the devil just got everything done messed up, and he used that one witch to mess everything up. And it's so heavy because I ain't gonna. That's just heavy.
I don't know what's happening with this man. And they said to him, after a few conversations, they said, that woman got roots on your husband. That's Southern language. She got.
Hey, my bad, because we almost done with the video. I told y'all come out down south and your woman talking about she do roots or she got the roots on somebody or whatever. Nigga, leave her alone. That's that hoodoo. That's the hoodoo.
Roots on your husband, meaning she put menstrual fluid in his food, or she put some type of fluid in his food, or she buried his drawers in the backyard, but she put a spell on your husband. What then happened was that person said to Grandma, "We're going to pray." Grandma said, "I've been praying. Don't seem like it's working." So they said, "Okay. I know this woman named Madam such and such. Live over there on 13th Street. She a good witch. No such thing. I'm going to take you to meet her. She charged $20. I know that's steep, but she charged $20. She can break that root off your husband. At least go there to find out if he under a root. Just at least." So Grandma said, okay. So a lot of times they went and got those jobs, it was because they needed money to pay the witch. They couldn't get it out of Granddad, or they would steal it, or sometimes they would stole money away anyhow. What they would do, Granddad would come home, pissy, drunk, laid out, and what have you. A lot of them older women, what they would do is they would take money from their husband's pockets because they knew he was messing over with the money, whatever. They would take it and hide it. They would take it and hide it under the mattress, hide it in Bibles and books, and hide it in, jars and stuff like that. They would hide that money from their husbands. And what they would just leave him to think that he got robbed at the club, he got robbed at Miss Lula Mae's house or whatever. He didn't know where that money went. They said she got roots on your husband. So she got the money up. She went to the witch, and the witch said, yes, this lady has roots on your husband. For $20, I can break the spell. For $20, I can break the spell. And she said, okay.
This is what a lot of our grandmas and grandpas was doing back then, bruh. Niggas, and if y'all remember the first video put hoodoo. A lot of Christians practice hoodoo. Hoodoo got a lot of Christianity in it. So, woo, that's crazy. And then she said she went to church. The church lady said, pray on it. She said she prayed on it and wasn't nothing going on. Oh, I know a good witch that can help you. So God couldn't help you, so we gonna go to a witch. So even at they felt like God couldn't even help her. So they had to go to the witch. That's crazy. Instead of really praying and really having faith, they went to the witch. Hey, the South different.
Give me about a week. And that witch said, hurry up, because he ain't gonna last much longer. Because what she's doing to him, she playing with some stuff. I don't even think she understands the level of what she's playing with. So grandma went got that $20, and that's how y'all ended up on that generational curse. She went paid that $20, and that witch gave her something. Said, "Hey, put this in his food. Go do this to him. Go do that to him." And you know what? It appeared to work. Let me tell you how it worked. Because you're consulting with demons to stop other demons. The only thing that you're doing is having your demons to buy out those other demons. It's not breaking a spell. It's only entering stronger witchcraft. That's all. So that those demons will communicate. All right, back down. We got it from now. We back down, back down. You can come into our network, but we got it from here. So what they would do is when grandma would do that, do all that stuff that they told, it seemed like it didn't work for a minute because granddad would be losing his mind. Then one day granddad would go over to Miss Lula Mae's house and he see a car parked in the driveway, a little Volkswagen. And they'd say, who car is this? He go knock on the door. Miss Lula Mae won't answer the door. He go around the back. He hear that old bed squeaking, 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 squeaking. He hear groaning coming out of there. He next thing you know, he realized Miss Lula Mae is a freak.
Oh, bro, she wild.
Recognize that car. Maybe it's his bestie. He told his bestie about Miss Lula Mae. Miss Lula Mae up in there twisting this man's nipples. Bed up in there, squeaking, squeaking, squeaking. Granddaddy would come through the window, bust the window, do something. He would beat the brakes off Miss Lula Mae. She called the cops. And he get in jail, and then he called his wife from jail. Now remember, she been hiding money. She been taking money out of his pocket and all that other stuff. He called his wife. I need you to come bail me out. She said, what happened? I'll tell you when I get home. We'll explain when I get home. Need you to come bail me out.
Yo, her old nigga voice is funny, bro.
She went scraped all that money up. She bailed granddad out of jail. And granddad had that restraining order. He couldn't go back and mess with Miss Lula Mae if he wanted to. And then he was silent. He just sat around the house. He went to work and he came home. And it looked like it worked. It looked like it worked. So
we gonna stop at it looked like it worked. And we gonna start at part 2 next time. Tomorrow when I come back on tomorrow morning, man. But thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for listening, being with me. 2:00 in the morning, you feel me? I'm still at work, chilling. But please like, please share, and please subscribe. And remember to stay prayed up. And shout out to Anointed Fire for giving out that good information. We're gonna finish this video. But remember to stay prayed up, and remember that there are witches out there. And now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I messed with a witch. She probably didn't know she was a witch, but I messed with a witch in high school. And you feel me? And that took me on my little. That's why I said I started crying, because I was at the third step. I was at that third step, bro. So and now I remember thinking back. In high school, I met my first witch, but when I moved out here, like they told me freely that someone told me freely that they was witches, or someone told me that they did hoodoo. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all gotta be careful. You feel me? Y'all gotta be careful out here, and be careful who y'all talk to. And when y'all talk to somebody, really talk to them and really get to know them and really get to know what they really believe. And if you don't understand something, tell them I don't understand that. Yo, you need to explain to me more, or go look it up or Google it or something. You feel me? Because that's the last thing you want, is to be under a spell or anything like that. Especially when you going through something, you stressed out or anything like that, or you and your wife is going through something, your baby mama or your girlfriend going through something. Here it goes, and here comes the baddest little light skin thing you seen, or the baddest little dark skin thing you seen. You feel me? Whatever your type is, here that comes. And now you out the house trying to do it up with them, and your kids is struggling, and your kids is going through it, and your household is in disarray and in a mess, and your household needs you, but you so caught up in the witch in that witch, and she got you such under a spell. You feel what I'm saying? And this, like she said, this has been going on for a long time. That's why we under family curses, because grandpa done messed with a witch, and grandma done went to another witch to get that witch off of him, and now our whole family cursed. And she broke it, and how she broke it down, that sound like what my grandma Lynchton was doing. I mean, that sound like what my grandma Lynchton, that's how they was living. I mean, at home with 7, 8, 9, 10 kids by themselves trying to do it up while the dude was out creating other families. You feel what I'm saying? But my last thing I want to say is, please like, please share, and please subscribe. I got the chills. I wanted to cry. This been a crazy video. Man, shout out to everybody that's listening. I forgot what I was about to say. I'm about to get up off of here, man.